What's up everyone, welcome back one more time. You know the deal, we play Historic Brawl and today we are playing with a Kicker commander in Verosoul, the Split Current, and this deck was suggested by one of my beloved subscribers, BH. So yeah, super thankful for the list, but it was actually really great. It just changed a little bit to some other cards that I found also interesting to run, and we are playing versus Elas Ilkor, and we are already on turn 2. We will play an island and drop this Signet. So Elas Ilkor, we know what they are trying to do. They are trying to just play little value creatures, sacrifice them, bring them back, and just drain us with Elas Ilkor triggered ability, almost like a Blood Artist, so we will counter it with Wash Away. Okay, so countering Elas Ilkor for the first time is also very important because, yeah, delaying the pinks is interesting because we know exactly what that deck is trying to do, and they just drain you out of the game very quickly. And if they find Lurrus, they are not running our build, the build that we ran from Jordi, which was using Lurrus as companion. But yeah, it can be very dangerous. So Haunted Witness tells us that they're trying to sacrifice their creatures for value. Also Serrated Scorpion. We have played Verosoul. So Verosoul, whenever we kick a spell, if we remove 2 counters from Verosoul, we can copy that spell. So very interesting. Opponent fits the Swarm. So Verosoul has a very nice synergy in which if we play the 4... So we paid 4 last time to put a 4 counters, and right now we are going to pay 4 again, but well, 5 because we have the mana. But the commander tax here works in our favor. So as many mana as we pay for Verosoul, that's the amount of counters that we're going to put. Elas Ilkor is back, but we can Witness Protection it, and the reason we play Witness Protection is because in Simic you never have good access to good removal spells, but these type of removal spells like Witness Protection, like Kenrith Transformation, are very useful in this case, because now we are going to deal with Elas. The only problem with this play is that they normally run the spells that they can use to sacrifice their creatures for value, so they could very well sacrifice the Elas. But we have an online Ledger Shredder, which will help us filter, and it's good because they might be double spelling every turn for the rest of the game. Yeah, you see, so now we are going to connive, and we find, oh, I want every spell here. I might have to drop the Blink of an Eye because we want everything else. Okay, we're trying to play the Territorial Alsaurus with Kicker so we can copy it. So I think we need to put the Great Henge in play. It's better in this board than the Inexorable Tide, so it's awkward that we don't have a follow-up spell. But we are still at 23, and they don't have such a crazy board right now. It depends on what they have in hand. Alright, another Swamp. And they actually had the Village Rise, yeah, you see, so now they get rid of that. Well, Elas Ilkor now with 6 mana, so that's also good. But they drew 2 out of that. Oh, they had it in hand. Alright, so at least we can knife. But I think now I have to drop the land, right? Because I want every spell in our hand here. Okay, so Lurrus, they don't have anything good right now in their graveyard, but they have also a Cruel Celebrant. Okay, so we will be able to kick a Territorial Allosaurus. So here comes the kicks. Here comes the kicks. All right, so how much mana do we have? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in hand. So I guess we still play the land and we have to pay 7 for this. So we will kick the ball. Kick the ball, kick a Territorial Allosaurus, and let's fight Cruel Celebrant first. So we don't get pinged for more than 1. And then we are going to get rid of this little cat. And there's another counter and a card in our hand. Wow, yes, Verisol value, Verisol value. Ooh, I love that play. So now we have 2. So for 7 mana we put 11 power in the battlefield, destroy 2. Wow, opponent with a Paragon. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Wow, what a play. Alright, Connive, get rid of the Cold Steel Heart. Serra Paragon into Lurrus. So they have double Lurrus. Insane, that's insane. Alright, so I guess we have to run Koma here, right? Like maybe our way to victory is to make some Koma's coils and try to put pressure on the air? Oh, I cannot believe that they top deck or that they had a Serra Paragon with a Lurrus as well. Because now they can play 2 things each turn. And I don't think we even attack. Because if I attack, I'm giving them everything back in the graveyard. So they can find like double, triple blocks to deal with our creatures. And they just recast everything. I don't know. I mean, we have a crazy board, but their value engine is super big. Alright, yeah, Cruel Celebrant comes back from the graveyard. Luckily they don't have... Okay, more Connive, they don't have any more creatures on the graveyard. Oh, wow, can we kick that? I think so, yeah. This is 8 to kick. And we can double spell it because of Verisol. So we will do a lot with 1 Inscription of Insight. Alright, I like that card. Okay, let's pass. We create another coil, draw another land. Alright, so a big Inscription of Insight. So we will do everything twice. Yep. So we will choose return 2 creatures to their owner's hands, scry to draw 2 and create an illusion. So what do we bounce? I think we bounce Serra Paragon, we bounce the Aerialist. And I think this is asking us to create the illusion. Alright, so us. We create the illusion. And yes, we will remove 2 counters from Verisol and copy the inscription. Yes, we're going off. Yes. Verisol, baby, this is a huge kick. This is a huge kick. Yes! Yes! What a kick! We're back for more spell kicking with Verisol. Yeah, B-Edge's list, super cool deck. Playing up against Arcadis. This hand, I don't like it at all. Too slow. Ooh, into the Royal Reverse Rebuke and a couple of kickers. A couple of balls to kick. Alright, so we are up against Arcadis. So we already know how to play against this deck because we have played it before. They will play all their defenders and turn 4 play Arcadis, attack with all of them. So into the Royal. It's pretty exciting in this hand, and Reverse Rebuke, if we get to that and bounce everything back to their hands, could be very good as well. Alright, another 0-4, that it's also a 4-4 with Arcadis. Alright, Mindstone is good. We won't be into the roiling anything soon, so let's play the Mindstone and pass. It's a scary deck to go against Arcadis, but wow, Spirited Companion, really? I don't know about that card. Okay, so Kicker Relic. Skyclave Relic. Do we play the Relic? I think we can afford 1 hit from We can even into the royal anything. But I think that we can afford one kick from one attack from Arcadis, but they don't. They go with Draft All-Star Wingmantle Chaplain to get a couple of birds, and well, that gives us more time because we can already reverse rebuke. Question is, do we reverse rebuke? I think I play Verisol here because we can play Verisol for 6. That essentially blocks any of their creatures. So we kind of stop their attacks cold unless they have a removal spell. But if they play here, if they have a removal spell, then they are not attacking us. And if they use kind of a Vanishing Light, then we reverse rebuke that back. So I like having the 6/6 in the battlefield because now we can plan. All right, so it's reverse rebuke, right? And then on the comeback, we can into the royal, kick it, copy it. So let's reverse rebuke them. That gives us a clear attack for 6. And now they will deploy some of those things again, but we have very good follow-ups. All right, so Chaplain is back for 1 bird, for 2 birds, and for a 3rd bird, right? There you go. And now I think that we can Territorial Allosaurus and kick it, copy it, and destroy a couple of their creatures. Oh my god, I love this deck so much. Alright, so first Allosaurus fights the Chaplain. And the second copy will fight either of these creatures. Let's make it the Wall of Runes. And we might as well attack for 4, right? Yes! Wow! Oh my god. These free kicks are so fun to play with. Arcadis is here. Alright, so now they can play defenders and draw cards. There you go. Another defender. I mean, we are not winning yet, but we are not losing either. Okay. Blink of an eye and into the royal, both, and we can copy both of them. Wow. So we will draw 2, bounce 2. Yes, yes! Yes, this is so good. Alright, so kick it. Bounce. Attack with our 5/5s. Oh, yes. Draw another 2 opponents, scoops it up! Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, here we are for more Verisol, and we will continue to kick the balls to the goal. But not with 3 forests. Alright. So, Fight Rigging, Vorinclex, Great Henge, and a counter spell. So, I guess it's cool because we are on the play, so we get to turn 2 holding up counter spell. Wow. Yeah, that is something that we cannot stop, so we'll see. Opponents with the Ornithopter plus the Blade. So they will be able to ninjutsu? No ninjutsu. Interesting. So no ninjutsu in hand. They might be the Satoru Mezawa build that really wants to put like crazy big spells on their battlefield. Like they're trying to ninjutsu in Ulamog or something like that. I don't know. Counterspell, I don't know about that. But if you play Satoru Umezawa, I'm going to counter it. No questions asked. And they leave it in the graveyard, so that's a reanimation spell incoming. And there's no better play for us than Verisol for 2. Verisol is just great, because, you know, the first time it dies, then... No, anytime that it dies, the commander attacks, although it's attacks and you have to pay for that, the counters will... The mana that you're paying for it still counts for the counters that you're putting on Verisol. So it's a little nice value that Verisol gives you. Alright, attacks with the unblockable. Opponent has a Mox Amber. Ooh. So I'm looking at Tanasir Quandrix, and Fight Rigging is for next turn. Tanasir Quandrix doubling up the counters on Verisol. I think it's the play to make. Gives us a huge creature with trample, and maybe the way to beat them is by raising them. So an 8/8. Well, the 8/8 does not have trample. Excuse me for my misinterpretation, but okay, they take it. So how bad will these ninjutsu be? They can ninjutsu now whatever they want. So Agonizing Remorse takes the hench. And then if they have the 4th lamp, they can ninjutsu something. Otherwise, they won't. Yeah, we lose hench and there's the 4th land. So now I'm afraid. Now we might be losing. But if they attack, we are eating Satoru Misawa with Tanazir Quandrix. Opponent is in the tank. Oh, here they come. Alright, so I think we eat Satoru. They ninjutsu for a Raven? What? Oh, they're trying to find something. But that's alright, because we can block. Oh no, Satoru has menace? Okay. Well, I didn't count on that, but at least we can, I mean, Vorinclex, this is not lethal because they can jump the 8/8 and they would be taking 11, so this is not lethal. We don't have lethal. We could fight rigging, immediately trigger the fight rigging and find something that might give us lethal. But we can also Blizzard Brawl Satoru Misawa, which is annoying right now. Oh, nothing here helps us, right? Like Prodigy is just a draw spell. Shredder is a setup spell. Zendikar's Royal, we don't have lands. Maybe it's sleep out the back. Maybe we can sleep out the back, face out the Ornithopter just to clear the blockers and push through all the damage that we can. And then Vorinclex or Tanazir with Trample, they can close the game, right? Because this is not lethal. We can put the +1/+0 here, kill. I mean, I changed my mind because I want to kill Satoru Misawa. Ornithopter, if they want to jump with it, that's alright. But yeah, well, I changed my mind. I wanted to kill Satoru Misawa there. So another victory, huh? We continue to play with Verasol Kicker. And it's time to face Ivy Gleeful Spell Thief. We will go first. Hand looks super good, actually. Because when you're playing against Ivy, you require a removal spell in hand all the time. Because you cannot let them resolve things on Ivy. But we have both Into the Royal and Kenrith transformation. So that gives me hope against Ivy. Alright. I don't think we're doing anything here, right? Like, we hold up Into the Royal just in case and don't even want to attack. Opponent ramps and passes. We could bounce the Signet, but I think, you know, exactly as I mentioned before, we're gonna need this for Ivy. So might as well now play Verasol because Into the Royal kicked. Oh no, they had to wash away. Now I'm sad, so sad. Alright, so Verasol can come back for the exact amount of mana for the exact amount of counters, which is nice. And then there's Orvar. Ooh, blink of an eye. But we need to deal with this Orvar. Unfortunate. Okay, so Orvar will become an elk and we will find a Simic Ascendancy, but I don't think we can play it, right? Like, we run the risk of being very open for a follow-up from them. Simic Ascendancy is as janky a card and the Wincon as you can get. I love it. Definitely love that card, but I'm not going to risk. Okay, I'm not going to risk my position here just to play a Simic Ascendancy. So here's Ivy. Do I bounce it? They could have a protection spell, but I think I need to deal with that. So I think I used Blink of an Eye. an Ivy. Does it resolve? It looks like it won't. It does. All right. Cool. That's cool. Okay, so we untap Vorinclex. Play Veseiju, and I think it's time to Verisol again for 4. So we choose 0, we pay 4 mana, this gives 4 counters to Verisol regardless, and we have the protection spell and Into the Roil. I'm hopeful that we don't need to play Into the Roil right now, because we just want to kick it. Here's Ivy. We just want to kick and Into the Roil. Draw 2, bounce 2. Oh, Gemracer, so they can copy Gemracer. So one Gemracer is going to resolve, right? Like, however I do it, it's almost the same, right? Like, I don't want to spend this Into the Roil. I mean, next turn Into the Roil is crazy. I don't want to use it right now. So we might as well let this go. So they destroyed the transformation from the Orvar. And now they have Ivy and 2 Gemrazers. Okay, so Into the Roil here gives us 2 cards plus... Yes, 2 cards plus bounce 2. So we bounce Orvar and we bounce the token copy. Because we don't want to give them back both Ivy and the Gemracer again. So we properly tap our mana and we Into the Roil. So we copy it, removing 2 counters from Verisol. Opponent can copy it, but they have to target Ivy with it. So yeah, let's remove these, bounce that, and bounce also Orvar. Well, we have already chosen that. There you go. So Ivy back to their hand. Okay. So now we go Cold Steel Heart, and we drew a Wash Away, but they don't have cards that they can play. The commander is not in the command zone, so Wash Away here is useless. Okay. Opponent attacks for 4. We will take it. Ivy comes back. And Orvar comes back. Wow. The synergies. We draw a useless land. Okay, so play the land. Go Vorinclex. And hold up Wash Away. Because we can pay full Wash Away mana for whatever they want to play next turn, right? I don't know. I mean, they have both Orvar and Ivy, which is really, really bad. They can go off like crazy. We have to get lucky. We just have to get lucky. They make a 0-1. We need something that we can kick. Something that we can kick with Verisol and then recast Verisol on the follow-up. Yeah, kicker spell would be amazing. Opponent tries to times warp. Well, that we like to see, because they won't get this time warp resolved. I think I prefer that other than them copying any spell with Orvar or Ivy, so that was a good turn of events for us. So we also have a layer of the Hydra. Maybe we can go for a big attack. Ooh, Mystical Subdual. So we can invalidate one of their 2 engine pieces. The question is, which one? The 3/3 Orvar that when they target something they get a copy of that, or Ivy? which copies targeted spells to herself. I think Orvar is more powerful overall. Opponent can't copy Mystical Subdual, but they would have to target their own Ivy, so I guess they won't do that. What do they have in hand? Do you have a counter? Okay, Wild Shape, so they make a 1/3 turtle. Oh, they copy Gamma Racer, but that's not mutating, so just a 4/4, and they will copy Mystical Subdual. Why? Oh, opponent! Oh, opponent! And they actually did? Wow! They actually go. Oh, poor opponent. Good gaming us. Oh, shame, Scoop. No, that was terrible. I'm so sorry. So sorry. This will be our last round playing Verisol versus Athreos Shroud Veiled. Athreos Shroud Veiled. With a hand that looks particularly good. So I have played Athreos against Athreos in a recent video, and I remember that they were board wipe tribal. And their deal is that they are trying to kill everything, preferably with Athreos in the board, so they get whatever they kill to their side. But we have a very fast start in Verisol for 4 in turn 3, and we might be seeing a Nissa for us coming down soon. Nissa that hasn't showed up in any of our games. Alright, there's a Feed the Swarm, so the removals have begun, but the land fights for us. Yeah, I think so, right? I think that we do it. The land fight for us, really. Because we can untap a land and start the attacks. No, well, that's I'm going just too fast. This is because the error is not reanimating the island for the wash away. Because if they play now Athreos, I will be so sad. I should have an island untap right now. There was no use for the forest. Yeah, because Athreos you see 6 mana for 7. And once Athreos is on the battlefield, things go south so fast. As they are board wipe city. They are board wipe city. Don't overcommit to this deck. You see? Shadow the Sky. Alright, so we still have an Nissa. That's the good news. And I'm looking at how we can play Zendikar's Royal and play a land. Because that's the one thing that is very resilient versus what they are doing is getting a 2/2 every time we cast a land or play a land. So Zendikar's Royal's in, now we get a 2/2 and we can even grow from the ashes, which I think I'm going to do because we can leave up an island for a wash away still. Alright, looks for a island. Yes, so this is very good deck, very good tech against them because they will destroy them, wipe our board, and we will recover from that time and time again with Zendikar's Royal and Nissa. So the army will keep coming. And if they play Athreos here and they can wash away, then that's going to be probably GG. We'll see. Gideon. Alright, Gideon. What can they do with Gideon? Gideon, Elder Spell. Oh, look at that. Elder Spell destroys Nissa, puts counters on Gideon. Exactly amount of counters to destroy the Zendikar Rising. Ooh. But then again, we have 8 power on the battlefield. So they would need another board wipe in their hand right now, but we have a wash away, so I'm never casting anything again. 8 power in the battlefield, a counter spell in hand. You are not getting through us. Profane Procession, yeah, you can resolve that. That's bait. That's bait is if I have ever seen one. That's opponent trying to bait us into a counter spell there, but that's not going to work for us. And opponent scoops it up! Wow, this deck! Alright, we get to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the commander. Commander was sent by BH. Buddy, that was great. Very good commander, very good list. And yeah, I hope you had fun watching me play that list. You can continue all watching another video in this channel. You can subscribe, you can leave a like, you can comment, and we will see each other on the next video.